So lately I've been doing a bit of traveling, and so I thought that it would be a good idea to kind of do, I'm thinking of doing maybe kind of like a travel series that just kind of lets you guys know some of the tips and pointers that I use when I travel. So the first one I thought I would do would be what's in my travel makeup, so like my travel makeup essentials. And so before I start, let me just say, depending on how long I'm going for will determine like what makeup cases I use and how much makeup I'm going to take with me. So the stuff I'm showing you guys now, I use these things when I went away for about a week. Let me also make a disclaimer too before I show you guys the makeup here, that when it comes to traveling and packing, I'm definitely like an overpacker. I always pack way more than I need and way more than I actually use. It's something I'm working on, but haven't gotten it together yet. So yes, this is definitely much more makeup than I needed in a week, much more makeup than I even actually used. But I just rather be safe than sorry and have more than I need than to not have enough. So the first thing I'll show you guys is, okay, so these are the two cases full of makeup that I carried with me when I traveled. So I'll show you guys this one first. I'll show you this one first. So in this little one is basically where I keep, I guess you could say kind of like the essentials, the stuff that I know I'm going to reach for every day regardless of how I'm doing my makeup. So the first thing I have in here is a little kabuki brush. Normally I have a bigger one that I use to buff out the makeup on my cheeks, like my blush and my bronzer and highlighter, but I didn't want to travel with that, so I just put this little one in here. Next I have an eyelash curler, and this is a Lancome eyelash curler. I have my Anastasia brow gel. I have an Anastasia brow pen and the Brow Wiz. I have a Dior eye primer. I have a MAC mineralized concealer. I have this Laura Mercier kind of lip gloss. I have this Maybelline lash extension mascara. I have a nude eyeliner because lately I've been doing more of a nude eyeliner as opposed to like brown or black. I have this new little blush in Ginger Pop from Clinique, which is like a really good everyday color that I just kind of kept in here because it's like something small to just kind of reach for when it comes to blush. I have my Benefit Professional primer, which I love. I also have, this is really cool because I've gotten this, I think in one of those like 500 packs. I think I showed you guys in one of my previous videos, but this is the Hourglass primer, and this was the perfect size for me to travel with, and I can always refill it. But I definitely was thankful that I had this, so I didn't have to carry like the big bottle of it. I have my Brow Tech eyebrow stick thingy, eyebrow crayon from, not a crayon, what is this? Yeah, it says eyebrow crayon, but basically I just use this to fill in the front of my brows and the edges. But I have my Smashbox brow crayon. I have my Laura Mercier eye primer, my Bobbi Brown little touch-up stick, which I don't even use it on a daily basis, but it's just something quick and handy just to kind of have in there in case I do need to touch up a little spot. I have my Bottom Lash mascara from Clinique. I have my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. I have my current favorite foundation of the moment, which is the Lancome Tint Idole Ultra 24 Hour, which I've been reaching for this so much this month. I kind of go back and forth with my foundations. I'll stick with one for a while, then I'll switch. So lately this is the one that I've been loving. I like the finish of this one the most, which I've been using it with the Beauty Blender, and I just feel like it comes out so good. Next I have this Carefree eyeshadow from MAC, which is what I always use to just kind of highlight under the brow bone and in the corner of the eyes. I have some e.l.f. blotting sheets. I have this little mirror that's broken in half, but basically I use it like a palette to put my foundation on, or if I need like a closer look at what I'm doing when I'm doing my makeup. I have a little Q-tip in case I need to take off some mascara from my eyelids. I have this little dirty looking mascara comb in case I need to take out some excess mascara. for my lashes. And then I have my Ben Nye powder in this little sifter that I've had for a long time from Sephora. So those are the things that I keep in this little pouch, and like I said, these are the things that regardless of how I'm doing my makeup, which my makeup is pretty much the same all the time, it's pretty basic. The only things that I really change are my blush and my lip gloss, and sometimes I'll do eyeliner, sometimes I won't. Lately I haven't been doing eyeliner. I think I've been doing more of like a, I guess you can say kind of natural. My makeup is usually pretty natural and basic, I think. So in here are all the extra things that I just feel like I need to bring, even though I don't need. Up here I have my eyeliners and some mascaras. In here I have my like lip pencils and a couple lip crayons, lip gloss. In here I have different lipsticks and lip glosses. And down in this third section I have like a powder, bronzer, concealer, another powder, another concealer, eye makeup remover, highlighter. So now I'll kind of quickly go through what's in each section. So on the first zipper section I showed you guys, I have some more extra Q-tips. And oh, before I continue, I forgot to show you guys there's another section too. So behind the lip glosses, there's also an additional section back here. Okay, so in the first section, I have some mascaras and eyeliners and the Q-tip like I just mentioned. So I have my two favorite mascaras right now. I have the CoverGirl Lash Blast Volume Mascara, which I've really been loving lately. I have the Dior Show Iconic Overcurl, which has also been a favorite of mine. I only have this Anastasia pencil in here because it's pretty much finished, but I was like, I'll just take it to see if I can use a little bit of it, but probably need to just throw it away. I have my Stila black eyeliner pen, which I didn't even use. And then I have two Rimmel Scandalize waterproof co-liners. I have a black one and a brown one, and I don't think I use these either because like I said, I haven't been really doing too much to my eyes, which I normally don't, but I've been doing even less than I normally do. So next in the lipstick section, I have this Rimmel Vintage Pink. I have this Smashbox in infrared, and this is a matte red color. I have this Benefit Gloss in Wild Orchid. No, not Wild Orchid. Wild Child. I don't know how I saw Wild Orchid. I have another Benefit Gloss in Dancing Queen. I have a Smashbox lip gloss in 24/7. And all of these lip glosses, the reason I have the lip glosses, whoops. The reason I have the lip glosses and the lipstick is because unless it's a matte lipstick, I always pair lip gloss over my lipstick just because I really prefer the look of lip gloss, but sometimes, you know, you want a matte. I have three MAC lip glosses in here. So I have Cream Sheen Speed Dial, Retro Matte Flat Out Fabulous, and another Cream Sheen Ravishing. So I brought these three, and like I said, I paired them all with lip glosses. So in the next section that I showed you guys, I have two lip pencils. These are both Makeup Forever lip pencils, and I have, what color is this? 16C, which is just a bright pink, and then I have 8C, which is of course a red. Next in here I have this Tarte. I have two, I thought I had two Tarte pencils. I have one Tarte pencil in Exposed. I have this Clinique Super Balm Moisturizing Gloss in Mango, and these are really good to pair with anything really, but I love pairing these with the lip butter. And I thought I took a couple, I think I took a lip butter with me too, and another one of these, but it's probably in my purse because that's probably the one that I wore when I was coming back. I have this Clinique Long Last Glassware in Tender Heart. And lastly, I have Pomegranate and from Bite Beauty, and this one I got in another sample pack, and I used this for an event that I went to, a black tie event, and it came out so pretty because it's so glossy and bright. It was just really, really nice. So I just thought I'd bring it with me, even though I didn't even wear it. I think I only wore like maybe 2 of the lip products that I brought. But like I said, I'd rather have more things and be over prepared than to not have enough and be like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have brought that and I didn't. So in the next section that's behind the lip products, I have this Tarte palette. Now I got this Tarte palette I think around the holidays because I used this in November when I went away for 2 weeks. I went to Israel for 2 weeks and I used this, and I just think this is so great for traveling because not only does it have a good mirror, but it has 1, 2, 3, 4 blushes, like 4 totally different shades that you could use to go with any looks. And then it has a bronzer. I just thought this was so handy. So anytime I travel, I always bring this palette along with me because it allows me to have an array of blushes without having to pack each individual blush. Because then I have to pack 4 blushes, even though I don't use the bronzer for my face. Sometimes I use it to kind of do like the corners of my eyes a little bit. It just gives you such a variety. Next in there I have just some little safety pins just in case I need them. I don't know why they're in my makeup case, but they are. I have a little triangle sponge that I use sometimes to just kind of like make sure that my banana powder is neatly pressed onto my concealer. I have this Benefit eyeshadow Rich Beach, which I didn't even use, of course. And I have my sharpener. I have a couple eyeliners. I have a MAC Dip Down eyeliner. And then I have Clinique True Black. So I bought a black one and a brown one just in case. You never know which one you're going to want to use. And of course, I didn't use either one. I have this concealer, this Studio Finish concealer, which I have in NC45, which is not a highlighting color for me. This is more of just regular color. It's not going to highlight anything, which the reason I bought this was because last summer when I got really tanned, the other colors that I had didn't match anymore. So this was the one that matched. And speaking of tans, I don't know if you guys have noticed how crazy my arm looks right now. I don't know if it's picking up in the camera, but basically in case you're like, oh my god, what is wrong with that girl's arm? I had an outdoor event where I wore a long sleeve gown, and basically the sun just tanned my arm in the print of the dress, which is so crazy because that happened, and then for the rest of the time I had to wear long sleeves because I just felt like it looked so crazy. Like it looked like I had some kind of like disorder or something like that. I didn't want anybody looking at me crazy. But what sucked about it was, so went to that event one weekend, and then the following weekend I had to go to my cousin's wedding, which I was a bridesmaid in, and I had to wear a strapless dress. So here I am with this crazy looking arm. I have to expose it because I have to wear the strapless dress. So I tried tanning. It was a mess. It like had my arms looking darker and my body just looking all kind of colors. So that was a waste of money and time and effort. Then I tried putting on makeup. It didn't cover it, so I was like, forget it. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. People are just gonna have to look at me crazy and either ask me what's wrong or just think that something's wrong with my arm. So not that you guys care, just in case you were wondering, that's the story with my arm. So going back into the makeup stuff, the next thing I have is this little mini What's Up from Benefit, and I just use this sometimes just to kind of like highlight that what do they call it, that bow on your lip. What do they call it? I think it's just called a bow. I don't know. Oh, Cupid's bow. The little Cupid's bow right here. Sometimes I'll use this to highlight that. I have this Laura Mercier Secret Brightening Powder, which I'll just kind of dust over my eyes sometimes just to kind of give it like a little brighter effect. Since I don't do too much, I keep it pretty simple. I have this little travel size eye makeup remover, which I use with the Q-tips in case I get some mascara on my eyelids. I can just neatly wipe it off. I have another concealer. This is the Givenchy Mr. Light. I just have this in case I just want to do a little extra highlighting on my face. And another concealer I have is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, which this is an amazing concealer and I haven't used in a really long time just because I've been using the mineralized one you saw in this bag because it's so easy and quick to use. This one takes a little bit more effort because it's a pump and then you got to do all that, and it just takes a little more time. So I didn't use it, but it's a good concealer. The other concealer I have is the Clé de Peau, or Clos de Peau, however you say it. This one I just like to have with me because it's very quick and easy to use. It's a stick form, so you basically just highlight those areas you want to highlight. You blend it in with your fingers or a brush. You don't set it with the powder or anything, so it's just like really easy, one step and you're out the door. I have my MAC Lightscapade Mineralized Finish, which I talked about this, actually raved about this a couple of videos ago. This is the only highlighter that I use because I love it so much. I have this Josie Marin Argan Matchmaker Powder Foundation in medium dark, and it has SPF 20. What I love about this one is that it just kind of naturally converts to whatever color you are, and it's not heavy, it's not like cakey. I just lightly dust it over my foundation, and I like the look that it gives. The last three things that I have in here are my Hourglass Radiant Light the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Power, and I can't say this, Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Radiant Light. This one I just use to just like kind of quickly dust over my face, because I brought the Hourglass foundation with me too, but I think that's in my carry-on bag. So I also have the Hourglass foundation that I brought with me when I know I'm going to be outside for like a really long time and I want my makeup to last. And you don't really need a setting powder with that, but you can kind of dust this one over just to kind of give your face a little bit more of a glow. Or I'll use this over any other foundation just to kind of lightly dust it over my face, just to give it, like I said, a little bit more glow and make it look a little bit more luminous. The last two things I have are my YSL, I'm probably going to butcher this name, Terry Saharine, but this is a bronzing powder. And it looks kind of orange in the packaging, but it doesn't come out orange because I don't like orange bronzers or foundations or anything. I don't like when they come out orange. So although it looks kind of orangey reddish, it doesn't come off that way at all. And the last thing in this bag is the Stila Sweet Treat Bronzing Powder. And this is another product that I just brought with me. If I just want like a quick makeup look on the go, this gives you bronzing and color. So you just kind of sweep it over your face. You know, you can do the darker colors to bronze, the lighter color to highlight, the peachy color for blush, and it's just like everything you need in one sweep. So I like to have that as like one of my quick go-to makeup essentials. And maybe that's a video I can do. If you guys want to see a video on like products that are really good for when you're like in a rush and don't have time to do like every little step, then I can kind of see which products I have that I think are really good for that. So leave a comment below if that's a video that you guys would be interested in seeing. So that's everything in my makeup case. Next I have this little case, or this little baggie, this little pink baggie that I have. And what I keep in here is my beauty blender, which yes, looks kind of dirty because I used it to do my makeup today. And then I have just this little washcloth that I have with me, and I always have a washcloth like in my makeup drawer or when I travel, because I like to lay it out where I'm doing my makeup and just kind of have it if I need to wipe off a brush or product from my hands or whatever. I just kind of have it laid out. So of course when I travel I bring one of these with me as well. Okay, brushes. It's kind of hard not to bring a lot of brushes because you feel like you need every brush, which definitely I did not bring every brush. Even though it looks like I have a lot of brushes, I didn't bring every brush. But a good thing to kind of help you figure out what brushes you want to bring is, you know, when you're doing your makeup, say maybe like whatever you have to do, maybe if you're going somewhere the day before and you're doing your makeup, is to, when you use a brush, just kind of put it to the side so that you know which ones you actually use, as opposed to kind of thinking maybe I'll need that one or that one. So that's kind of what I did, even though I probably stuck some more in there anyway. So this is just a makeup brush holder that I have from Sigma, and I always use this when I travel. But because it can't fit every single brush, probably because I bring too many brushes, I only put my bigger brushes in here, and then I have to put like my smaller brushes and a couple other ones in this case, which is, I don't even know where I got this case. I've had it for so long. In here, these are the brushes, and normally I do this for all the brushes, but just for the purpose of this video, I only did it to one. So this is a large powder brush from Sigma, the F80. So what I'll do when I have these brushes in this case is I will, in this case or wherever else when I'm traveling, I'll cover it with one of these brush guards, which I got from Sigma a long time ago, but I think that now you can get these in like Target or Ulta, or not Target, think Walmart, maybe Target, Walmart or Ulta. There's a lot of places you can get these brush guards now. So I like to put these on the brushes just so that the brushes kind of keep their shape and they don't get all messed up when you're traveling, when you pack them in the case. So I carried my large powder brush, of course, for your powder. I carried the large powder F20, which I've been using this one for bronzer because I don't really contour. I just kind of dust bronzer over my face in those areas that I just want to look like, you know, they kind of got touched by the sun, I guess you could say. I carry this one. This is just the Eco Tools brush that I have, and I use this for my highlighter. And I think I did a video on essential makeup brushes. If you guys want to see that, I will link that down below for you. I have this duo fiber face brush from Real Techniques, and this is the one that I use for that ambient lighting powder because it just kind of picks up a little bit of it and dusts it over your face. It doesn't pick up too much product to just make your face look sparkly because it does have a bit of sparkle in it, but if you do it the right way, it just looks like a glow and not like you got glitter all over your face. The next brush I have is the buffing brush from Real Techniques, and I brought this one because the Hourglass foundation, even though I lately prefer to do my makeup with the Beauty Blender, the Hourglass foundation you cannot use a beauty blender with it because it's supposed to dry. It's a dryer formula. It's supposed to stay matte, so you have to use a brush. So this is the brush that I like to use with it. The next brush I have is the Real Techniques contour brush. Lately, what I've been using this for is to set the powder under my eyes. I feel like it just picks up just the right amount of product and it just lays it under your eyes so well. Lastly in here, I have a Sigma Angle Top Kabuki F84. And this brush, I always use this brush. I can't talk today, y'all. It's been a minute since I did a video. I always use this brush basically just to go over my makeup. Like, I don't put any product on here, whether it's my primer or my under eye concealer or my foundation. I just kind of stipple it over my face just to make sure that the makeup is like pressed and blended into my face. Now in this other case that I mentioned to you guys, I have a few other brushes. So here's what it looks like. So in here I have this Sigma F10. It's a powder blush brush. I also have this Sigma Tapered Blending E40 brush, the Sigma Precision Flat Angle, the P88, and I use this to put that Hourglass primer under my eyes. I find that prevents your concealer from creasing as much as it would if you didn't. So I always put some Hourglass primer under my eyes as well as on the rest of my face. This is the Sigma Precision Angled P84, and I use this one to blend the primer that I put onto my eyelids. This is the Real Technique Duo Fiber Contour Brush, and I use this to contour the sides of my nose because, once again, these Duo Fiber brushes don't pick up too much product, and it's tapered in a good shape that I can just lightly contour the sides of my nose. Next, I have the Sonia Kashuk, there's no name. Next, I have this Sonia Kashuk brush, and there's no name, but I guess basically it's just like a foundation brush, and I use this to blend the concealer under my eyes. I have the Real Techniques Base Shadow Brush, and basically I use this one just to kind of put some bronzer in the crease of my eye. Another Real Technique Duo Fiber Eye Brush, which all these Duo Fiber brushes, if you guys are into Samantha Chapman brushes, or Real Technique brushes, whichever you want to call them, they all came in like a set. So this one I use to highlight down the bridge of my nose with my highlighter. I have this Eco Tools smudge brush, but what I like to use this one for is to just highlight the corners of my eyes because it's just shaped so perfectly that it just gets right in the corners of your eyes and just places the right amount of product in that area so that it just kind of looks like it's like glowing. 3 more, guys, then I promise I'm done. I have this Sigma Large Fluff E50, and I use this one just to put a little bit of that eyeshadow from MAC that I showed you guys. I put a little bit of that under my brows just to kind of highlight it a bit. I have this Sigma Small Angle E65, and I brought this with me just in case I either wanted to use it to do my eyeliner, or if I wanted to smudge some eyeshadow or eyeliner underneath my lower lash. And last but not least, I have another Sonia Kashuk brush, which I guess her brushes don't have any names, or back when I got these they didn't have any names, but obviously this is an eyebrow brush, and of course I use it to will go through, like, comb through my eyebrows, and sometimes I'll use it to kind of comb through my lashes as well if I feel like I have a little bit too much mascara on. So I feel like I need to take a breath after all that talking. I know it seems like a lot, not even seems like a lot, I know it is a lot, and I didn't even use half of it, but I have a problem. Yes, I do, and I'm working on it, trying to minimize how much I pack and not pack so much more than I really need. But for now it works for me. My bag is always still at the proper weight. I'm not like packing so much stuff that I'm paying extra, which would just be ridiculous. I wouldn't go that far. But yeah, so this is everything. Hope you guys found this helpful. Maybe you got a couple ideas for your next trip. And if you guys have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment box below. Hopefully you guys like this video and you give it a big thumbs up. That's it. I hope you guys are having an awesome day. Bye bye.